Welcome to Letters to Self, a series on healing, letting go, and transformation. I'm your host, Claire Unkefer. In this series, we explore the transformative power of writing to the different parts of our personalities. In each episode, I'll read a letter written to a challenging or conflicting part of myself, or a part of myself I have previously rejected but needed or wanted to accept, embrace, and love in order to truly be at peace. This practice has profoundly shifted my life. These letters are more than just words. They are dialogues that release, heal, and transform. Through these letters, I hope you can find yourself in them, perhaps identifying with my experiences or finding the support, encouragement, or validation you may be needing. Thank you for being here and joining me as we navigate the journey to becoming our best selves, one letter at a time. I wrote Dear Trauma to address the part of me that held the history, that held the stories that I had worked so hard to heal. I had done the healing work. I'd done the shadow work. I had turned around with my metaphorical sword and said, let's do this to all my stuff. But then I just didn't want to take it with me into my future. I had become someone different and it no longer fit. It no longer felt like me. I didn't want to take those stories with me. I had faced them, I had healed them, I had become a different person, and I was ready to move on. And so I wanted to, it was almost like burning, a paper or sending off a lantern. I wanted to have some sort of formal process to acknowledge them. It was a little sacred, actually, like acknowledge them. Hey, this did happen to you. You did experience it. You survived it, but it doesn't have to continue to define you or shape who you are in a negative way. You don't have to hold on to the triggers or feelings or beliefs that you formed because of what you went through. And so I wanted a formal goodbye, a formal send-off. I'm done with that. Closing the chapter, closing the door, moving on to something better that felt more positive and joyful and being in the present moment, being excited for the future. And I want to be really clear, it's different than sweeping it under the rug. I had taken the rug out of the room and sat in a room with all of that and dealt with everything that came up. I had reclaimed self-love, self-trust, self-acceptance, all things that had been lost because of the things that I had experienced. And so I felt like a different person. I felt more whole. And so it was time to say goodbye to my story. So I wrote, Dear Trauma. Dear Trauma, I had no idea how much you have affected me every waking moment of my life and for so many years. You put me inside a mental prison that I could see out of, but I didn't know how to get to the other side. I didn't know where the keys were. It felt like torture at times, and everybody's attempts to help me had all failed. It wasn't only the painful memories of my experiences that have haunted me. It was my interpretation of it that really did the most damage. It was what I made those experiences mean about me that have hurt and crippled me all these years. I made them mean that something must be wrong with me, or that I must not be lovable, or maybe not even likable. I didn't blame people when they didn't love me or like me. I felt that they had just discovered the truth about me. My attempts to hide the fact that I wasn't lovable and that something was inherently wrong with me had failed. Nothing was wrong with them, you see. They had just figured it out. You taught me how to be a victim and made me forget my own strength and identity separate from you. You made me think that what I wanted for myself was not within my reach. Every goal, every dream, and every desire felt like a cruel trick from the universe. They were like dangling carrots, and whenever I reached out to try to claim them, they were snatched away from me with a, "No, you silly girl. You think you can be happy, but you can't. Happiness is for other people." You made me lose hope, wondering, what's the point? The only fleeting joy I could get was from my children, but still, that wasn't enough. You made me want to give up because trying and efforting to feel better or be happy was elusive and too hard to reach. And at times, you made me want to die to escape my pain. But now I understand why you were always so resistant to going away. You reminded me of my pain and how I had been hurt. That pain constantly being reawakened and triggered. And it has always felt like I have no control over it. But I'm over you. I'm done. I am putting you out of my life now. You can't have power over me anymore. I can hardly believe it. I'm free. I have freed myself from your prison. I realize now that you are a liar. You made me think I had to carry you through my whole life and that it wasn't okay or even possible to put you down. I tried for years to intellectualize you away, to no avail. I realized the secret is to sort out the lies from the truth until my mind, my heart, my body, and my nervous system could finally rest so they could be at peace. It was a lie that I was unlovable, unlikable, undeserving, and inherently flawed. I only believed those things because of the pain the adults around me had when I was a child. They unknowingly inflicted their pain on me. But it's not about blaming them anymore. It's about rising above my own pain to the truth that I am lovable, I am likable, and I deserve all the good things that life has to offer, and I claim that now. Nothing is wrong with me. I was anxious and depressed, overwhelmed, and in pain. That pain has replayed on a loop throughout my life. But I don't need you to remind me of how I've been hurt. I'm aware. I survived it, but it is over. It's in the past, and I am not bringing you into my future. I realize now that I held on to you so I could signal to the world, hey, look at me. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt here. See how badly I've been hurt? They are the ones that did this to me. Aren't they horrible to have done this to me? I need extra love and care to make up for all this hurt. Please love me and help me to feel better. But I don't need that anymore. The beauty, strength, self-confidence, and power I have taken back aren't compatible with that. So thank you. Thank you for putting the I'm sick and hurt sign on my forehead so that others would know that they needed to handle me with extra care. But I'm not sick or hurt anymore. I'm finally well and finally free. I can't go so far as to say I love you because you have caused me so much pain. But what I want to say and can say is I release you. I finally release you, Claire. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Letters to Self. I hope you found it insightful and inspiring. Each week, I will be adding a new letter, so hit that subscribe button if you'd like to be notified. It greatly helps the channel if you like, subscribe, or leave a review. I really appreciate it, and thank you to all of you who do so. And remember, the journey to self-discovery and healing is unique to each of us. Until next time, take care and keep writing those letters to your inner self.